Welcome to AIM 19. In this AIM, we are going to discuss about types of quadrilaterals and their properties. Let me explain now. Types of quadrilaterals. Among them, first one is trapezium. What is meant by trapezium? A quadrilateral in which one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Then we can say that quadrilateral is a trapezium. A quadrilateral in which one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Then we can say that the quadrilateral is a trapezium. Let me draw the figure of trapezium. And this is ABCD. It is a quadrilateral in which here AB comma CD are the opposite sides which are parallel to each other, and here AB is parallel to CD, and here non-parallel sides are AD and BC. Parallel sides we can also called as bases. Parallel sides we can also call as bases, and non-parallel sides also we can call as legs, and here AD comma BC are non-parallel sides. Now non-parallel sides are here AD and BC. AD comma BC, which are also called as legs of the trapezium. And now let me go with one more type, which is isosceles trapezium. Isosceles trapezium is also a trapezium in which non-parallel sides are equal. Then that type of trapezium is called as isosceles trapezium. Now let me explain about that. And now second type is isosceles trapezium. It is a trapezium in which non-parallel sides are equal. Let me draw now. Here it is a figure. And let me name them. It is ABCD, and here AB is parallel to CD, and here non-parallel sides are, we know, AD and BC, which are equal. Yes, now here AB is parallel to CD and AD is equal to BC. Then that type of trapeziums are called as isosceles trapezium. And here one thing you have to remember is that the diagonals of isosceles trapezium are equal. The important thing here you have to note that diagonals of isosceles trapezium are equal. And now let me go with one more type, which is kite. Now the next type of the quadrilateral is kite. Kite. What is a kite? A quadrilateral having two pairs of adjacent sides are equal and their opposite sides are unequal. A quadrilateral having two pairs of equal adjacent sides and unequal opposite sides. Unequal opposite sides. Then it is called as kite. Let me draw. A, B, C, D. It is a kite. Let me show you equal adjacent sides. Here AD comma CD are adjacent sides, both are equal. AB and BC are also adjacent sides and they are also equal. If you observe opposite sides, they are unequal to each other. See here, AD is opposite to BC, both are unequal. At the same time, AB is opposite to CD and they are also unequal. That type of figure is said to be a kite. Let us discuss about the properties of the kite now. Properties. The first property, we can draw in this kite two diagonals, and here you have to know that those two diagonals are perpendicular to each other. The first property of the kite is the diagonals perpendicular to each other. Perpendicular means they are making 90 degrees at their intersecting point. And next, second property is OA is equal to OC, and here OA is equal to OC. First property, diagonals are perpendicular. And the second property is OA is equal to OC. And the third one is here angle A is equal to angle C. Angle A is equal to angle C. And the fourth property is here BD is the diagonal which bisect angle B and angle D. Bisect means here angle equal to here angle and here angle equal to here angle. Here BD bisects angle B and angle D. BD bisects angle B comma angle D. And the last property is here BD divides this kite into two congruent triangles. If you see, it is the diagonal BD and it divides the kite into two triangles. Those are congruent to each other. They are BCD and ABD. Here ABD and BCD are congruent triangles. Now let me write BD divides kite into two congruent triangles. Congruent triangles. So this is about the kite. Now let us go with one more type, which is a parallelogram. And the next type is parallelogram. What is a parallelogram? A quadrilateral in which both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. A quadrilateral in which both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Then that quadrilateral is called as parallelogram. Let me draw the parallelogram now. Let me name them. AB, CD is a parallelogram. Here both the opposite sides are parallel to each other. See here, AB is parallel to CD and AD is parallel to BC. Then we can say it is a parallelogram. Let us discuss about its properties now. Properties of parallelogram. They are very, very important. And we know that each diagonal of a quadrilateral divides the quadrilateral into two triangles, as we know that. And now here also we can draw the diagonals, and here the diagonals are bisect each other. How many diagonals we can draw in a parallelogram? Obviously there are two, and here it is a diagonal and it is the one more diagonal. The diagonals are bisect each other, which means, and here it is equal to this one and this one equal to this one. First point is diagonals bisect each other, and the second one is parallelogram opposite sides are equal. Similarly, opposite angles also equal. Opposite sides and opposite angles are equal, which means angle A equal to angle C, angle B equal to angle D. Similarly, AB is equal to CD, AD is equal to BC. We can write that one also. AB is equal to CD, comma, AD is equal to BC. And here we can say each diagonal of the parallelogram divides the parallelogram into two triangles. And let us go with one more type. Which is a rectangle. what is a rectangle? In a parallelogram, if one angle is 90 degrees, then it becomes to a rectangle. A parallelogram in which one angle is 90 degrees, then it is called as rectangle. Let me draw the rectangle. This is the rectangle A, B, C, D. Here each angle is 90 degrees only. In a rectangle, each angle is 90 degrees. Let me write their properties now. And the first one is, here also we can draw two diagonals. And here BD and AC are the two diagonals. And here we can say, like a parallelogram, this rectangle satisfies all the properties of the parallelogram. So here diagonals are bisect each other. Here also diagonals bisect each other. Moreover, here diagonals are equal. And the first property is diagonals are equal and bisect each other. And bisect each other like a parallelogram. And the second property also we can say here, opposite sides are equal, whereas opposite angles also equal. And also we can say each angle is 90 degrees. Opposite sides and angles are equal in a rectangle. Now add the adjacent angles. Sum of the adjacent angles gives 180 degrees here. Not only in this, in parallelogram also. Sum of adjacent angles, is 180 degrees. And here also we can say each diagonal divides the rectangle into two triangles. Now let us discuss one more type of the quadrilateral, which is a rhombus. Now the next type is rhombus. What is a rhombus? A parallelogram in which adjacent sides are equal, then it is called a rhombus. A parallelogram in which adjacent sides equal, then we can call it as a rhombus. Let me draw the rhombus now. Yeah, this is the rhombus, which is AB, CD. And let us see some properties of rhombus. Now here in rhombus all sides are equal. In rhombus all sides are equal. First one, all sides are equal. Now the second property is diagonals bisect each other at right angle. Diagonals bisect each other perpendicularly also we can say, and here it is the intersecting point, and here diagonals bisect each other perpendicularly. Diagonals bisect each other perpendicularly or at 90 degrees. We can use any one of the word, and here OA is equal to OC and OD is equal to OB, and each diagonal divide the rhombus into two isosceles triangle, two congruent isosceles triangle. If you take this one, see, observe this triangle. If you take DBC and here these two sides are equal now. So in any triangle two sides are equal, we can say it is isosceles triangle. And here also if you observe this triangle and here these two sides are equal now, so we can say this triangle is a isosceles triangle. And moreover these two sides and these two sides are equal. So I can say here each diagonal divide the rhombus into two congruent isosceles triangle. And my third property is here, each diagonal divides the rhombus into two congruent isosceles triangles. Isosceles triangles, and these are the properties of the rhombus. Once let me explain. Here all sides are equal. In rhombus all sides are equal. And second one is diagonals bisect each other at right angles. And the third property is each diagonal divide the rhombus into two congruent isosceles triangles. And one more property also we can add, that is sum of opposite angles are supplementary. Supplementary means which gives 180 degrees. And these are the properties of rhombus. And let me go with the last type, that is square. And the last one is square. What is a square? In a rhombus, each angle equal to 90 degrees, otherwise one of the angle is 90 degrees, then we can say it is a square. A rhombus in which one angle is 90 degrees, then it becomes a square. Otherwise we can give one more definition also, that is in a parallelogram, in a rectangle, the adjacent sides are equal, then it becomes a square. I am repeating, square means in a rhombus one angle is 90 degrees, it becomes a square. Or a rectangle, the pair of adjacent sides are equal, otherwise one pair of adjacent sides are equal, then it becomes a square. Let me write the definition. A rectangle having pair of equal adjacent sides then we can say it is a square or a rhombus having one angle is 90 degrees. Then also we can say it is a square. Now let me draw the figure of the square, and this is the square, a well known figure, A, B, C and D. Let us discuss about their properties. And the first most property, we know that in a square all sides are equal, as well as all angles also equal. All sides and angles are equal. And second thing is that here diagonals are equal. In a square, diagonals are also equal. Second property, diagonals are equal and they bisect each other also. And next one is, if you add adjacent angles, they give 180 degrees. So we can say sum of adjacent angles gives 180 degrees. And most of the thing here you have to know is, each diagonal divide the square into two right angle isosceles triangle. Observe here, take this diagonal first, let me remove this one, and here this side equal. So we can say isosceles triangle, and here is 90 degrees. So here A, B, C, we can call it as right angle isosceles triangle. Similarly, this side also. So here we can write another property as each diagonal divides a square into two right angle isosceles triangles which are congruent to each other, which are congruent. Like this we can say. And now let me show you the figures which I have. First of all, give me the name of this one. What is this? Yes, it is a trapezium. In this, opposite sides are parallel to each other, and these are, we can say, as bases, and here these are non-parallel sides which are also unequal, so we can call them as legs, and this is the trapezium. And now let me show you one more figure. What is this? Yes, this is also a trapezium, and here this one and this one are, these two sides are parallel to each other, and here non-parallel sides are, length of non-parallel sides are equal. Now observe, when this length and this length equal. See here, approximately I am showing you. Here this is the length and here this is the length. These two are also equal. If the non-parallels in a trapezium, non-parallel sides are equal, then we can say it is isosceles trapezium. What is its property? In isosceles trapezium, diagonals are equal. Length of the diagonals are equal. And let me show you one more figure. What is this? Yes, it is a kite. How can we say it is a kite? Observe here. Here, these two are adjacent. These two are adjacent sides which are equal, and these two are adjacent which are equal, and this one is opposite to this one. this one is not equal to this one. Why? Because this length is this much, and see, this one is up to here only. So opposite sides are unequal, adjacent sides are equal. So then that figure is said to be a kite. Let me remind you the properties of kite. And here I drawn two diagonals. Observe here, these two diagonals are perpendicular to each other, and if you cut along with the diagonal, you can get this one equal to this one, and here to here, this part equal to this part, and moreover here it is a diagonal. This diagonal divide the kite into two congruent triangles. Let me show you now. Before that, here this diagonal bisect this angle and this angle. Let me take a scissor now. Let me take scissor now. And here it is a kite now. So let me cut along with this diagonal and let me show you. I am taking scissor here. I am cutting this kite along with its diagonal. See, these are the two triangles which are congruent to each other. See, they are coincide to each other. So along the long diagonal I cut it. See, this is the kite. So if I cut along with this diagonal, they are perpendicular to each other. Sorry, they are congruent to each other. These are the properties of kite. And now let me show you one more figure. What is this? This is a parallelogram. How can I say it is a parallelogram? Here you can observe this side is parallel to this side, and this side is parallel to this side. And here also we can draw two diagonals. And moreover, you can say the length of the opposite sides are equal. In a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal, and here it is a length and here it is the length. Both are equal. If you measure these lengths, they must be equal. Opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal, and moreover, each diagonal divides the parallelogram into two triangles. And most of the thing you have to know is, if you draw the diagonals, they are bisect each other. Means if you draw diagonals and this side, they will have equal length. Okay, already I shown on board. And now what is this? This is a rectangle. Yes, we know. How can it form? In a parallelogram, one angle is 90 degrees, then it becomes to like this. And in rectangle, each angle is 90 degrees. And here you have to know that diagonals are equal. Let me measure approximately, and here this is this much. And let me, yes, and these two are, and here up to here only, and here also up to here only. So the length of the diagonals are equal in rectangle, and here opposite sides are equal. So if you measure means definitely you will get. And here this length is here, this one, and here also that one only. Here length of opposite sides. So here also like this only. By practically you can take and measure. This is about the rectangle. In rectangle, diagonals bisect each other, and moreover they are equal. And now I am taking one more figure. It is a rhombus. So we know in rhombus all sides are equal. How can it form rhombus? Yes, in a parallelogram adjacent sides are equal, then it becomes to a rhombus. In rhombus all sides are equal and diagonals are not equal. A rhombus which we contain one long diagonal and one short diagonal, but diagonals are bisect each other at 90 degrees. And if you cut the rhombus along with the diagonal, the diagonal divides the rhombus into two congruent isosceles triangle. Why I am calling isosceles means in the triangle the two sides are equal. I cutted the rhombus along with this diagonal. Now I am showing you, see they are congruent, and moreover the length of the two sides are equal. That's why I can say this is the isosceles triangle and this one also a isosceles triangle. So in a rhombus each diagonal divide the rhombus into two congruent isosceles triangle. Next, let me take a square. It is a square. How it forms? In a rhombus, one angle is 90 degrees, then it becomes a square. Otherwise, in a rectangle, one pair of adjacent sides are equal, it becomes a square. And we know that in square, all sides are equal and all angles also equal. And here diagonals also equal. If you measure the length of the diagonals, they are also equal. Each diagonal divide the square into two right angle isosceles triangle. Why? Because if I cut along with the square, along with the diagonal, and we know here it is 90 degrees and this side equal now. So obviously the two triangles are said to be isosceles right angle triangles and which are congruent to each other. In this way we can say the properties. And one more common property for all these quadrilaterals are the sum of the all angles, I mean 4 angles gives 360 degrees. In any quadrilateral, take any trapezium or isosceles trapezium or kite or square or rhombus, parallelogram or square, whatever it may be. The sum of the 4 interior angles gives 360 degrees only. And now let me explain. These are the very important properties which we have to remember. They are very useful for the upcoming classes. And let me tell you one more important property. I am taking one quadrilateral. This is ABCD. For suppose I am taking the midpoints of these 4 sides, and this is the midpoint of this side, and this is the midpoint of this side, and this is the midpoint of this side, and this is the midpoint of this side. Suppose if I join the midpoints of the sides of any quadrilateral, what the resultant figure says, and this is a parallelogram. If you join the midpoints of the 4 sides of a quadrilateral, the resultant figure is absolutely parallelogram. How it will become a parallelogram? This proof you will learn in further classes, but here the statement itself you have to remember. And one more thing I am giving you, if you This is the quadrilateral. If you join the midpoints of the quadrilateral, you will get the parallelogram. If you join the midpoints of the parallelogram, obviously you will get the parallelogram. If you join the midpoints of the rhombus, you will get rectangle. If you join the midpoints of the rectangle, you will get rhombus. If you join the midpoints of the square, you will get the square. Like this we can. And one more important thing what I would like to explain is that every square is a rhombus, every square is a rectangle, every square is a parallelogram, every square is a trapezium. Like that we can say. Let me show this one as diagrammatically. By this figure, you can understand very easily what I mean to say or explain. This is a quadrilateral. And here one thing is that this kite. Now here observe, here R represent rectangle, S represent square, H represent rhombus, P represent parallelogram, and T represent trapezium, whereas Q represent quadrilateral. Now what can we understand according to this about this diagram? By seeing this figure, what can we understand? Observe here, square is the middle, means every square is a rhombus, every square is a rectangle, every square is a rhombus, and we can say every rhombus is a parallelogram. I am coming how I coming out. Once again observe, this is the square. First let me go with the square. Every square is a rectangle, every square is a rhombus, every square is a parallelogram, every square is a trapezium. Like that we can say. And now I am coming to this rectangle. I am not going to this one. So how can I interlink them? See, every rectangle is a parallelogram, every rectangle is a trapezium. Obviously every rectangle is a quadrilateral. Coming to this, every rhombus is a parallelogram, every rhombus is a trapezium. Obviously it is also a quadrilateral. Coming to this P, P stands for parallelogram. Every parallelogram is a trapezium, every parallelogram is a quadrilateral, every trapezium is a quadrilateral, and here kite, it is different to the remaining one. So these are very useful for us. And now let me explain a small problem from our aim. Problem. And from our aim, I am taking one problem which is in a rectangle ABCD, diagonals bisect at O. In rectangle ABCD, diagonals bisect at O, and they given angle AOB is equal to 120 degrees. Then find angle OAB and angle OAD. Angle OAB and angle OAD. Okay, let me solve this problem. First of all, what is given? Given that angle AOB is equal to 120 degrees. For better understand, let me draw the figure by using this information. And here it is a rectangle. Rectangle means like this only, no? Yeah, this is ABCD rectangle. And they given diagonals bisect at O. So I should draw diagonals now. This is the diagonal AC. This is the diagonal BD. They are bisecting at O. And they given angle AOB is 120. AOB. 120 means here only, no? So here it is 120 degrees. Now my task is find out angle OAB and angle OAD. OAB means here angle I have to find. OAD means here angle also I should find. First let me find this one. And I already told you properties of the quadrilaterals, any type of the quadrilateral are very, very, very important. Let me remember the properties of the rectangle. In rectangle, diagonals are equal and bisect each other. This property is very useful to solve this problem. Diagonals are equal means BD is equal to AC, and moreover diagonals bisect each other, no? So here this is equal and here it is equal. Actually bisect each other means here length equal and here length equal. And moreover both diagonals are equal means their lengths will be equal. Observe this triangle. So this is isosceles triangle. Why? Because here these two sides are equal now. Let it be x, and here also obviously it is x. Why? Because the angles which are opposite to the equal sides are equal. Opposite sides, equal opposites angles also equal. So we know from triangle AOB I can write from triangle AOB I can write sum of these three angles gives 180 degrees. So x plus 120 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. X plus x 2x. 2x plus 120 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. 2x is equal to 180 degrees plus 120 going that side minus 120. And here 2x is equal to 180 minus 120 gives 60 degrees, and here 2 going that side it is divided. So x is equal to 30 degrees. What is x here? Yes, it is angle OAB, and we got angle OAB is 30 degrees. And now my last question is, what is angle OAD? And we know angle OAD we can written as OAD, we can written as angle DAB minus angle OAB. From this full, if we subtract this one, obviously we will get this portion. So angle OAD I am writing as angle DAB minus angle OAB, and we know angle DAB. DAB is nothing but angle A only, and we know that. What is that? Each angle in a rectangle is 90 degrees. So I am writing in the place of DAB 90, and I got OAB is 30 degrees. So 90 minus 30 degrees will give 60 degrees. In this way we can solve any problem. To solve this type of problems, properties of quadrilaterals are very useful to us, and these are the properties which are very useful to this, not only this class, for the coming classes also they are very useful. Thank you.